Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to Flying Solo, the dating reality podcast. I'm your captain, Captain Aaron, and these are my co-hosts, all former contestants on ABC's The Bachelor.
Hello, I'm Lindsay, and I was on Ben Flanick's season of The Bachelor, and he gave me the boot because he did not like my saucy, English, naughty personality.
Hi, I'm Anne, and I was on Jason Mesnick's season of The Bachelor, the very first single dad ABC ever had, and I got the boot pretty early on because I did not play well with the producers, so I was a producer's boot night one.
And I'm Jesse, winner of Bachelorette Season 4 and retired pro snowboarder. And guess what? I didn't get the boot. I freaking won. It's so good to be back in the cockpit. Let's get this shit started.
So a quick intro for all you new listeners out there. Flying Solo is a dating reality podcast where we get to know local singles and match them up live on the podcast. Each episode, we feature a single, blindfold them, bring in 3 matches, all get cozy and comfy and get to know one another. Then we have the wing ceremony where the featured single will decide which co-pilot they want to give their wings to and take out on a date. And remember, the lead single is blindfolded, so they will have to pick their co-pilot based solely on their personality. First, we have a fan question from Geeta in Phoenix. She saw the video of you, Jesse, on like 10 reality shows, and she wants to know what reality show is our favorite that we've all been on. So you start.
I would have to say my favorite show that we ever did was probably American Guns on Discovery Channel. Or it's between American Guns or America's Most Wanted on Fox with John Walsh.
That was after the guns?
No, America's Most Wanted was first. We solved a triple murder. This guy was hitchhiking from Breckenridge, Colorado to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. 3 dudes picked him up, chopped him into bits and pieces, left him for dead. We did an episode. We talked about how specific this guy's snowboard was that he had, and they put an informant in a jail cell with the guy they thought did it, and he told the whole story and got justice for the family. Kind of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing starts a good date off like talking about a man being chopped into 3 pieces.
Yeah. You know,
And you still hit the slopes that day.
why not, right?
So I will say, so for people that don't know, I was on Millionaire Matchmaker, I was on My Dating Place, The Bachelor, Dog Eat Dog, but I think my favorite was Family Feud. We're actually going to be on this coming month. Our episode airs. And you know what I liked about Family Feud is the producers want you to shine. They want to make you look good. They encourage you and tell you what you can do to be your best self. They don't want to humiliate you or manipulate you.
Did they get you drunk ahead of time?
I wish.
We did that on our own, actually.
Snuck in mimosas.
7 a.m., yeah.
I bet Steve Harvey knows how to throw a few back. I'd love to party with that
He's
guy.
dirty. He has a naughty sense of humor. I liked it.
Sure. You can tell he's dirty by that mustache. That dude is not messing around.
Half the show was spent as a comedy stand-up. So between like commercial breaks, what's 2 minutes for you guys was 30 minutes for us.
Well, didn't he used to be on Kings of Comedy?
Yeah.
Dude's an OG.
Yeah.
Have you guys been on Price is Right?
No, have you?
Yes.
No,
Well,
Bob
I wasn't on
Barker's
stage.
dead. Okay, we haven't.
I didn't go on stage, but that's what he does. He answers questions in between like each session.
Drew Carey.
And every single time he said the one question he gets asked about is what? What do you think Bob Barker got asked about every time?
Oh, all the girls he was banging.
No? Happy Gilmore?
Oh,
That's
lame.
not-
Did he really
I want to know
your
about
mom,
all the
dad,
girls he
and
was
brother.
banging.
I don't think he was.
Oh,
he was
I
so
got
old.
news for you. Viagra was testing out serum on that dude, for sure.
So let's meet this week's single, boisterous Ben from Detroit, who is married to his work, but is looking for a reason to change that. And we have 3 reasons right here.
Detroit.
Welcome.
Nice
Hello,
to meet
Ben.
you guys. Nice to meet you. I can't see you. I'm blind.
Blind.
Yeah, Jesse just elbowed him like he knew it.
Yeah, like, hey,
Speaking to
this
the
is you
mic.
now. You can speak.
If you're going to yell Detroit, you got to elbow your boy from Detroit.
So married to your work, what do you do for a living?
So I work in cannabis. I'm a regional operations manager.
Puff, puff, pass.
Puff, puff, pass. I don't consume a lot personally myself, but I started in the industry about 6 years ago selling batteries, and now I'm running a large publicly traded company down in the southwest region of America.
Huge business, by the way.
So let's talk about your past. So you have a degree in theology and you were a minister riding around in a bus with dreadlocks? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I grew up in the Baptist faith. It was definitely something that I thought was absolute truth. I loved helping people. And I think for me, it was just something that I was able to have fun with. And so one of the things I did was I left my home in Michigan and I moved to Alaska to go to school for Christian theology. I graduated with my degree in ministry. And then the entire time I was smoking pot on the weekends. So you can kind of see where that wasn't
Lining
accepted
up.
into
Yeah,
the
it
faith.
wasn't really accepted. But when I graduated, I was gifted a school bus. I converted it into a motorhome, and I was working with Habitat for Humanity building houses. And that kind of led into helping out building dispensaries in Alaska. And that kind of started that whole transition. But I realized, like, you go to the bar and somebody's fighting because they're drunk. But I've never seen anybody fight smoking joints. So,
Is there a big need for dispensaries in Alaska?
there's
I feel like
just
there's
under
a lot
million
of
people.
homegrown going on in Alaska.
Yeah,
I feel.
yeah. A lot of homegrown in Alaska. It's weird. It's been legal there since their start as a state. But it's just like you can smoke it on your property, not anywhere else.
I spent 2 weeks in Alaska last year, and I don't know. I couldn't name you one thing that's illegal there other than shooting wildlife without a license.
Yeah.
So, are you still a hardcore believer, or are you kind of out of the faith at this point?
I would say that my faith has changed. I don't
More
believe
spiritual type of.
Yeah, kind of. I think I don't view God as a man on a hill far, far away. I don't necessarily believe in a physical heaven or hell. I think it's a mindset. I think that if you walk with a step of gratefulness, then you're going to live life like heaven on earth. I think hell is what we put ourselves through when we worry too much or have fear. So for me, it's just be a good person. Don't be an asshole.
I know.
So what do you do for fun? What are your hobbies?
I work a lot, but I like to go hiking. I like to watch a good TV show on Netflix.
What's your favorite right now?
Right now I'm watching Madam Secretary. It's kind of like a
flick.
throwback,
Yeah,
I guess.
Pretty good flick.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not watching Love is Blind?
No.
Welcome.
Currently,
No.
So I have a question. If you're going to take out a girl, one of these lovely ladies on a first date, where do you take her?
P.S. This is a test. Choose wisely.
they're listening.
I'm very unorthodox. So for me, it's there was a list someone sent me on social media, like 28 places not to take a first date.
That's exactly why I asked this question,
Yeah.
because I have issues with that list.
So for me, it's like,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm gonna
whoa,
go
whoa, whoa,
to
whoa.
every
Is
single
this
one.
like the
Give
rooftop
us the
bar?
Cliff
Somebody fill
Notes.
me in.
So there is a list that says, the list is, let me pull it up.
Is it like the food you're not supposed to eat on a
It's
first date?
places women refuse to go out on a first date.
Okay, I got to hear these.
And Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's,
I call it
Olive
bullshit.
Garden, Buffalo Wild Wings, any bar for a drink. The list goes on and on.
Oh, I see
Starbucks.
McDonald's is not on that
No,
list.
fast food.
Score still, and I will supersize it for them.
The only ones I agree with is fast food, and then a family function on a first date might be a little awkward, and then church. But
So
everyone
church
else-
is on there. So Ben,
Applebee's.
so you've made the right decision
gonna
by
say.
converting out
converting
of
out
faith
of the
into
faith.
cannabis.
It's okay to smoke them out in your windowless van, but church is a no-go, buddy.
Yeah,
Applebee's have good margaritas.
Yeah,
Their
Olive
margaritas are
Garden.
on par.
It's like
Never-ending
$5
soup and
margaritas or something like that.
salad.
I feel like these are judgmental women that they're
I don't know.
asking.
Hookah bar.
Yeah.
Hookah bar is on. I don't know.
So I think
Anywho.
that there's a lot of those things on the list that it's kind of like it all depends on the personality, right? Like I like going to Cheesecake Factory. Would that be my
Same.
first choice of going on a date? Probably not. I'm more of a, putt-putt, mini golf, top golf kind of guy. I don't golf personally, but it's just something to do that you don't feel trapped or alone.
Yes.
You're around a bunch of other
Go
people.
home.
Yeah.
Go to your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me.
Somehow Bob Barker and Adam Sandler has come up multiple times in this podcast.
Bro, we need to. We
At
need
least
to
it's
get.
not spaghetti dinner.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
heard
all in the
Sandler's
hips.
going to be in town. We should get him in here.
So let's welcome our first single who is ready to mingle, Katherine, the social butterfly who is a free spirit and loves to indulge in spirits during happy hour. Woohoo!
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I have a very serious question.
I like
know.
to build up as she moves over
Intensity.
1 foot to the chair.
I
Very-
even got excited that I was being introduced. I was like, "Oh yes, who is? Oh, it's me." Thank you.
You like to go out for drinks.
Yes.
That's what it says.
Yes.
Have you ever been to a rooftop bar? Please do tell. This is a test, by the way.
I have been to many of what everyone calls a rooftop bar, which is a bar on a rooftop. Yes, I
Thank you
have.
for
I have done
clarifying
that.
that.
You're very welcome. Just in case people didn't know,
Yes. What is your nationality?
Oh, I'm actually extremely white. I'm like Scandinavian, Irish, German, a little French, 4% Italian, but everyone assumes I'm Italian
That's
or
amazing.
Hispanic. 'cause
That's what
I tan.
Really hoping you were not going to say it was Italian.
Yeah.
Just not because I'm Sicilian. I'm not against it. Jesse just seems to take this down a weird road every time somebody says they're
What do you have against,
I don't like
what do you have against
spaghetti
meatballs,
meatballs.
Ann?
Thank you.
What do
I
you have
don't like
against meatballs?
spaghetti meatballs.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Originally
are you-
from here?
Spaghetti meatballs, deal breaker.
I'm sorry. I can cook it. I'm not something I order. I'm originally from California. I was raised in the Bay Area, so San Jose-ish. Lived in Orange County for 4 years and been here about 3.
What brought you here?
Work.
What do you
Which
do for work?
is?
Well, I used to work for Orange Theory, so they actually paid me to move out here. And then now I work for Body 20 in Tempe, so it's a new fitness concept. Yep, that utilizes electromuscle stimulation.
That's the one you were
I
telling me
know.
about.
Yeah.
I know. I want to
Yeah.
go in. I want to go in.
Yeah.
So a 20-minute workout, 36,000 contractions, about 4 hours in the gym. We only see you once or twice a week.
Do you get people? Okay, sorry. Do you get people in there that are like, I'm lazy, I don't want to work out, but I'm hoping to be fit by this?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll fit right in.
Yeah, come on in.
I just want to check.
So you're saying one session equals 4 hours?
Yes. Yes.
Have you? How long has this been going on? Have you seen results within like a 6-month time frame now?
So
like
we're
guys coming in all
about
jacked
to
up 6 months
open.
later, or what?
We're about to open. So the thing is, it helps build lean mass, not necessarily like bodybuilding. So if you're a bodybuilder, it's great because it's going to help condition your body and strengthen all the areas that are harder to target. So when you go to the gym, your performance at the gym to bulk up is going to be even better. Yes.
Bro, I got news for you. You got butt pumps in your future.
4 hours worth.
So what are your hobbies? What do you do for fun?
I do have 2 dogs. I love my dogs.
What kind of dogs?
I have a golden retriever and then a little beagle mix. So they are my life. It's Walter and Dexter.
We have
We
a
have a
Walter, too.
Walter.
What kind of dog is your dog?
It's a French bulldog.
Okay.
He's very serious, and the name fits him.
Are you a
Everybody-
dog man, Ben?
I love dogs.
Okay.
Not too much of a cat fan, but
no kidding.
dogs
I knew I
are.
liked you.
I'm all about the dogs. So that's good. Go out with friends, happy hour, a little martini here and there, never hurt anyone.
Have you done any of the dating apps here in Scottsdale since you've been
I've
here?
done like the Bumble and the Hinge, but
Any
it's more of
good
like
matches?
no, it's more of like
Yeah.
spend the time swiping and then
Yeah.
We'll
No.
skip over the martinis though and happy hour. What about the cannabis scene? Is
actually
you
do
going to mesh
not.
well with that?
I'm
No?
fine with it. But
Yeah.
do you guys remember a long
awesome.
time ago the commercial when it was like very anti? They smoke and they become the couch.
Yeah,
Yes.
That
like
is
she melts
me.
into it.
Yes, it's like I smoke and then it's like, okay, give me a blankie, put a movie on, and I'm just gonna be useless for the next 3 hours.
They,
That's exactly why I don't smoke.
Yes.
I mean, I don't smoke, but I have a lot of friends that smoke and or do gummies. And apparently now it's a science and you can purchase your high.
What?
What I mean by that
Certain
is,
microdose that you want or what?
yeah. So before you'd smoke weed and you'd fall asleep and wake up with a bunch of Oreos on the corner of your mouth,
Oh,
right?
you're talking about like different strains of it.
Yeah, now you can be like, hey, I just want to get high. I don't want to come down. Or,
Yeah.
hey, I want to go to sleep.
That
And
white
you
cream
can-
on the corner of your mouth
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not Oreo filling. I'll just let you know right now.
Bro, I can't do it.
Yeah, there's a whole science to it, and we're constantly learning more in the industry. And with it, we're working on it getting descheduled from Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3. But when that happens,
Can you give me the cliff notes on these schedules? Is this like the rooftop bar?
Yeah, Schedule 1 is 100% illegal, has no medical values. Like that's your LSD. Like there's
Don't pretend
there's
like you knew
nothing.
that, Ann.
I already knew that.
You didn't know
But
that.
Schedule 3 is more like there's medicinal value. They can't deny it. And there's a lot less restrictions on a Schedule 3 than a Schedule 1. So we'll be able to study it in colleges and do more to figure out.
Studying it in colleges sounds.
Yeah, like on a professional level.
Marijuana
Instead of,
101.
They're like, I'm in. I'm happy to
Your
study
degree
it.
in.
Yeah.
But my work would love that. Now, let me tell you what I got a degree in.
This is amazing.
So I have a question for each single. We're going to start with you. What is your most embarrassing story that happened on a date? Do you have one?
And this could be like you were.
It doesn't have to be you. It could be something they did.
Or
Your
a terrible
friend.
first date you had, or just a bad dating story that happened to you?
Oh my God, this is such on the spot.
That's right.
Do you have one, Ben?
I'm going to need a second to think about it. I think most of my dates have been pretty successful.
So I remember one time I was on a first date and I went to the restroom and I come out and I had toilet paper hanging from my jeans. And the guy was like, you thought everyone was staring at your ass, didn't you? No, you have toilet paper hanging down.
That's amazing.
He said it just like that.
He did. I was so mortified.
That's awesome.
Jesse? You're probably going to say, I've never had any bad dates.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. My dates were pretty badass. I mean,
Right? Like it's hard to like think of something that was truly embarrassing.
Probably if
because,
you had a
like,
really embarrassing one, you would remember it.
yeah,
immediately.
that's what I'm saying. Like I'd have to
Lindsay didn't have to
think.
dig for that one.
So Aaron was kind of mean one time. He met this girl on the dating apps and they hadn't spoken on the phone, just text. And how did you approach her in Houston's when she showed up? What did you say?
So yeah, it was about 2 weeks of texting and talking, and I arrived first, grabbed a drink at the bar, waited for her. She arrived 10 minutes later, and she walked in, and we kind of, did the wave and walked up to each other, and she says, "Hi, my name's I don't want to use any Sarah," and I said in my deaf man voice, "It would be very nice to meet you. My name is Aaron."
Oh my God.
So she assumed that I was hearing impaired at that point.
Oh, did she leave? Turn around.
Oh, well, her
Jet?
face dropped, and I let that ride for about 15 seconds before I busted up laughing.
I thought you were going to say you did that.
Can I get you a drink?
I thought you did that because you thought she was unattractive and you were trying to like.
You sick bastard, you.
And then when I said, "I'm just kidding with you. It was a pleasure meeting you," she said, "Oh my
And here
God."
she is here today.
Did you think of a story, Katherine?
I mean, I just think of the ones where it's like you immediately know it's a no.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, how do I politely get out of this?
Yeah,
But
how do you
they're
politely
so
get out of
into
it?
Yeah, I've had a friend literally say, just tell them like the water's running in my apartment and I'm out of town. Or like, you have the friends that'll do the emergency text. But I always try and be like nice, like, good thing about having dogs. Oh my gosh, I need to
Nice.
go home. My dog is sick this morning. I need to go check on him. Or like, oh, I checked my doggy cam. Like, something's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not having dogs, I don't have that excuse, but I've definitely had those experiences where it's like, man.
How do I?
Yeah, definitely using the friend. Being in cannabis, I can say, hey, the grow is flooding.
The grow.
So it's like,
I'm going to use that.
hey,
My
man,
grow is flooding.
I need you to come, pick up this paperwork or whatever, because whatever. Like, there's always like some sort of excuse. And
You just gave men across America a new excuse. The
amazing.
grow
yeah,
is
sorry,
flooding.
the grow is flooding.
That's amazing.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Katherine? Do you have any questions for Ben?
I mean, I know you're a Detroit boy.
Yeah.
So you live here though.
Yeah, I'm here temporarily. So I've been here for about a year. I'll be here for about another year.
Okay.
I travel for work, being the regional operator. So there's a possibility that I'll be moving to Miami or to SoCal or New York. So there's definitely places that I travel to, but more often than not, that I'm in a place for about a year or two.
What do you prefer? Like, you just named totally opposite polar
That's what I was
differences for
thinking.
cities, right?
Cold.
Like New York, Miami.
Sunny.
I mean, I grew up in Cleveland, so I know what it's like
So
to
you
be.
understand Midwest?
Yes.
Would you go back to Cleveland?
I always say, Cleveland is a great place to be from, not a great place to be.
The mistake by the lake.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree
we
with
just
that.
lost a whole bunch of listeners.
Just saying.
I'll rein him back in. So being from Detroit, it's different, right? I still own a house in Detroit right off Woodward. So I have to go back often. My family's there. I love my mom to death. So like for me, it's, I'm constantly going back to places. I end up making lasting friendships and relationships. But I do have to say I miss fall weather. Like this outside right now, 62 degrees this morning was phenomenal. The summers here were
Disgusting.
It was rough.
It's disgusting.
120 degrees was like I'd rather die. But I like seasons. I like seasons.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much, Katherine. You are
Thank
just such a
you.
bubbly, wonderful burst of energy.
Thank
Love
you
it.
all.
And they're all very cute, by the way, just so you know.
So now let's meet Crystal, the US veteran who loves animals, enjoys helping her community, and says she has really bad taste in men.
Oh, perfect.
Welcome. Me too.
Thanks for the intro.
Crystal, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. I never really know what to say to that. And I took a job, basically. It's kind of how it felt to me. But I got to travel a lot. I got to have a lot of really amazing experiences, and it was amazing.
What branch?
Air Force,
Very
which
cool.
is the only way
Station
to
where?
go. Phoenix, actually. Yeah.
What was your job or title?
I worked kind of in IT. So I wasn't, running around with a gun. I was mostly in an office wearing my Air Force uniforms.
And a low bun. Did you have to wear a low bun?
Yes. Yeah. The sock bun. It's a whole mess that you have to perfect.
Yes. I have a girlfriend that's in the Air Force, and she talks about how she's like, her hair's receding. And
Yeah. The amount of gel,
Yes.
at a certain point, it just kind of gets stuck to your head.
Are they that strict, really, about the hair?
Oh my gosh, yes, right? That's like required. You have to wear your hair like that.
Low
Yes.
bun and no pound town.
What? Is that actually a rule?
Pound Town? Yeah, you can't be banging the freaking dude up the locker room.
Okay, are there actual rules about this?
There are. I don't know that people always follow them.
I figured that.
Like I said, Ann.
Would you follow the rules, Jesse?
Me?
Yes.
I love Pound Town too much.
Jesse would, if he was
rules are meant
in
to be
a
broken.
bunk with a bunch of dudes, he would not be following the rule. Okay.
So I bet you got hit on all the time because you're beautiful.
Yeah, that definitely happens, especially there's not a whole lot of women, so you work with a lot of guys, and I saw most of them as brothers, but they wanted to date me, so it was kind of awkward.
The odds are good, but the goods are odd.
Yeah.
Question, do some people join just to get access to these men and be like one of the few women? Is that a motivating
You're putting
point for
that
some
idea
women?
out there for people.
It could be. I mean, yeah, I often hear about it the opposite direction where a lot of men join, they get set to their first duty station and immediately they get married because there's all the women living around the base.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they very much so military. I have a lot of friends that are military. It's like everybody gets married within the first year.
yeah.
Same
Benefits.
with religion. There's this thing called the ring by spring. So everybody that goes to a Christian college, it's like within that first semester,
Okay.
you're like, oh, I'm going to have a ring.
I'm so glad you brought this up. Okay, my girlfriend Shayla, if she's listening, I'm sorry. She went to a
Love you,
Christian.
Shayla.
She went to a Christian college, and she talks about how the university standard was to give side hugs.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't do, or an A-frame hug. Like you couldn't.
What kind of hug is a hug with no boobs on you? That's
Nothing's
terrible.
perfect.
That's a
Christian
bad hug. It's
That's
a
a
bad
Christian hug. Right there is the side hug.
What is happening?
Did you see that article in the news yesterday about that Halloween setup that was banned because it was like skeletons?
Utah.
In Utah.
They had a bunch of skeletons set up around a stripper pole with
Yeah.
one of the skeletons.
The Mormons,
pole.
Mormon
Mormons
country.
frown.
Yeah, hanging upside down, and all these other skeletons had dollar bills in their hands. Stuff. So they, of course, you've had the families that have come and taken it down like nightly, but then some of the other community has come in and they're adding more skeletons for him and donating money and
To be
whatnot.
fair, though, my kids would pass that like trick or treat and then be like, "What's that?"
Well, the owner made a good point. It's like, if your kids know what this is, maybe the problem isn't the display. Maybe the problem is, why does your 6-year-old know what a stripper pole is?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So, Crystal, tell us about yourself. What do you do for work? What do you do for fun?
I'm 31. I live in Phoenix now for 8 years, and I moved here from the Midwest, mostly for the weather. For work, I'm an HR recruiter. I've recruited nurses, call center types positions, variety of different things. And for fun, I like to go out and hike, go on walks, listen to live music, try new experiences. Just in general, I love to travel and adventure. So I've done hot air balloon rides before, swim with dolphins and wild dolphins in the ocean, and mini golf. I also love to mini golf and random things like that, like jujitsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
girls-
this is
our
our
girls are
daughter.
taking
Yeah, this is our daughter's new obsession too.
Jiu-jitsu.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't do
Ours.
it. She just talks about going.
Our 2 girls are taking jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
currently,
yeah. I think it's a great
Yeah, it's
idea.
great.
Yeah, we wanna
Discipline
raise
and
kids that
teamwork and
scare the
structure.
shit out of boys, right?
Yeah, beat the shit out of boys.
Okay,
Oh,
that
yeah.
too.
Necessary. Necessary.
Agreed.
Some of these guys, man, I swear.
Yeah.
Do you have an embarrassing date story or a bad date story?
I was trying to think about it, and honestly, I feel like most of my dates have gone pretty well. Probably just the same as, when you're in that awkward situation and you know that it's not really hitting off with the person, but you kind of have to figure out how to. I am a nice person, so I will stick it out for the date. I will be nice. I'll take the time to get to know you, and then at the end of that, I'll be like, "It was nice to meet you, but I don't really feel a spark."
So
And
you
then
tell
just
them
kinda-
right then and there.
Not right then and there. Usually, like when I get home, like I'll text them and say, "Hey, maybe I liked meeting you, but I don't think I want to go out again."
It's your
It's
last
hard,
hot air
right?
balloon ride with me.
It's hard to tell somebody in that moment, like, hey, I appreciate you coming out, but I don't see where this is going. You know,
Yeah.
because it's like
Well, you-
that person is directly in front of you. Like, how hard is it to tell somebody or break somebody's heart? Like, what if they're
Generally,
like,
people
oh,
are kind.
my
You
God.
don't want to hurt somebody else.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember I was on a date at the Mint. Remember the club, the Mint?
No.
And anyways, I sent a text to a friend saying, "Save me, save me." And the guy saw the text. Mortified.
What did he say? Why are you writing
He,
that?
he called me out on it.
He's like, "Your superhero's here. I've already saved you. Here I am."
See, Ann tried to get away on our first date, but I had that pimp cane. I just tripped her ass. That was the end
And
of
we
that.
were stuck on a cruise ship. I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. This is just, yeah.
I think that's one of those things that you shouldn't do a first date on a cruise ship.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
It was amazing.
And here we are.
3 kids later. So any questions for each other, Crystal and Ben?
I can't see you, but this is me gesturing.
It was a good gesture.
So you say you work a lot. You have a day off. What do you do with that day?
Yes,
Yeah, actually, that's a great question. So I like to, I wake up early. I'm like a 4:30 in the morning guy.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's horrible, but it's it feels good because I get like
productive.
4 days in one. But I like to Papago, I think is how you pronounce it. I'd like to call
Yes.
it Papago because I'm Midwest, but
Papago.
Papago
Nailed it.
is a super nice place. I like to adventure. I like to try new things. So if I have a day off, I try to squeeze in as much as I can. But being that I'm new to the Phoenix Scottsdale area, I try to, find a new bar, find a new restaurant to go try out.
Have you tried any of the dating apps since you've been here?
I deleted all my social dating apps.
Grinder wasn't working out, or
We're
what?
looking, we're looking through your phone right now, actually. We used your Face ID
That's
to
good.
open
The
it.
passcode is not my birthday. No, for me, I think when we judge people based on exactly how they look, looks change. Like I used to say, like I'd fall in love with a woman's eyes because those aren't going to change. But, I think for me, it was a lot of just shallow matches and there was no real connection. Whereas for me, it's like, I'd rather get to know you as a person. I'd rather be friends for 6 months and let it blossom into something beautiful instead of just saying, hey, look, we're going to do this thing now. Because life changes. It's life is interesting.
We haven't really gotten into the meat and potatoes with anybody yet. Have
Spaghetti and meatballs, Aaron. The
Right, yeah,
spaghetti and
right.
meatballs.
Have you had long-term serious relationship engagements in the past or anything?
I can't see. You're gonna have to talk. Tell me if you're talking to
yeah,
me.
sorry.
Yes, Ben.
The longest relationship I've been in was 8 months. She had 2 kids. It was a rough breakup, but I think for me, I tend to not waste time. I don't want to waste somebody else's time. If it's not working out, it's not working out. We can try whatever we have to make a relationship work, but it takes 2 to tango.
Sure.
And
Speaking of kids, somebody just said kids. I heard kids.
that was
Okay. Anybody in the room have kids?
I have a child. She's 9 years old.
Oh,
Nice.
Very cool.
Fourth
Is that
grade?
the ink?
4th grade. Yes, it is. That is.
Yeah,
She
so-
drew that.
I didn't want to bring this up because I didn't want
Is the
to.
tattoos.
Yeah, but I see
got a ton
Ben
of
that
them.
you've got tats and she's got tats and yeah.
Are they all meaningful, or everybody's tattoos meaningful? Either one of you?
Some are just because I liked the look of it, and then
Yeah.
some are just because of the moment. Like I just got back from New York City last week, and I got a slice of pizza
nice.
on my arm.
So you're kind of like spur of the moment, fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm kind of like a
structured.
mix between planning and spontaneity.
I like it.
Yeah.
Fair. Any of the other ladies? Kids? Nobody?
No
Nobody?
other kids?
Do we have any kids?
No kids.
That you know of.
No wife, no kids that I know of. So we're solid there.
Fair
No,
enough.
but I think that's awesome that you got a slice of pizza. I have a slice of cheese on my ankle.
A slice of cheese?
There are so
Story.
many jokes to be had just now.
What is the story behind that one?
So cheese.
This is a PG show. We're making
Yeah,
notes
yeah, no, no.
tonight.
Where would
100%.
cheese go downhill?
Simmer down, man.
So one of my exes and I had this inside joke of cheese has personality. So like different cheeses have different ways that they would say their name, I guess. So one of them was like sharp cheddar, was like sharp cheddar, sharp cheddar. Or like it's Gouda, just like stupid little like dad jokes with cheese. And we ended up getting cheese tattoos on our ankles.
That's funny.
But I think that kind of started the random tattoos for me. I did most of the tattoos on my forearm by myself. So it was more like a doodle arm.
You did it yourself?
Yeah. I bought a tattoo machine. And,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you can give Crystal here some tattoos.
There we go.
No. I
Not gonna be legal.
you can't see all of it right now, but
Legally
they're not the
liable for
best.
I can't
tattoos.
wait for you to take your jacket off. I'm probably not the first lady to say
And
that. but
we're in public. We're in public,
I
Ann.
can't wait.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Crystal. You are such a sweetheart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Kristen.
now introducing our third and final single, Jess, the independent, spontaneous doctor who grew up on a farm milking cows and is always down for a fantastic wild time.
That was a good dip missing the
Utterly
microphone, by the way.
ridiculous.
And I don't know how to say this and not sound awkward, so I'm just going to put it out there. I know you from somewhere.
Do you?
I do.
You said that last time
Yeah.
too. Where are you spending your time?
Everywhere I go, people, I get this all the time.
You do have a
like,
friendly
I
face.
get this all the time. They're
Do you shoot guns?
Yes.
Do you drink whiskey?
Yes.
That's how it got to be.
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
That's
Everywhere I go,
it.
it's like you look just like
you
my
in
brother's
Breckenridge?
girlfriend's sister's cousin. Like, and I'm like,
Do you get a celebrity that people say you look like?
Not usually.
So you just have one of those like
Like a
faces.
familiar face,
Yes.
I think.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
So you probably don't know her.
No, I for sure know her. I never forget a face.
You said that last week, and she looked horrified.
Yeah, I know. Good God, I've never met you, creeper.
Yeah, she did not want to. She did not want to know you.
Oh, I'll be whoever you want me to be.
Yeah.
I really like Lindsay's intro to you. Can we dive into some of those lines?
Can I tell a story about Cowboy Carl that'll
Do
give
it.
you a really
Yes,
good indication
yes.
of how much fun she is?
Yes.
This girl is awesome. If you want a good time, you go out with this girl. So we are in Payson, her very first time in Payson. She'd never been there. And we're at this bar, and it's all older people, like literally in their 60s, like grandmothers, grandfathers. And this guy comes up to her, cowboy hat on, he's mid-60s, and he says, "Hey, my friend inside challenged me to come and talk to you." And her response is, "Want to one-up him and make out?" And they start making out.
Hey,
Cute.
He was so cute.
Oh, okay, that worked out.
He was like,
I was
George,
like, "You a daredevil?" or was
In
he
his
cute?
I thought he was in his late 40s, early 50s. I
Late
had
60s,
no no
whatever.
idea this man was in his 60s.
Until he removed his
He was
teeth to give her a kiss.
63. He had veneers. He had really nice teeth.
my God.
Okay,
And
and he spent a lot of money on his
I
teeth.
keep telling people
obviously.
this is why old guys get their balls Botox, so they're
Okay.
smooth like eggs.
Okay, this is so.
Chicks dig that.
This is so not
Serious.
important, but I was on the plane the other day, walking down the aisle, getting into my seat, and this guy had 3 teeth sticking straight out. I thought he was joking, and I kept staring at him and staring at him.
Those
and
are
staring
summer
at him.
teeth, Ann.
No, I know.
Some are
And
here,
then-
some are there.
And I showed somebody, I go, "Is he joking? Because it's Halloween time." So I'm like, maybe he has fake teeth in. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he pops up the perfect set of veneers to fill in the other gaps. And I was like, this is the new catfishing. Like, his
100%.
teeth. He takes those suckers out at night, and you're like,
What just happened?
It's the real deal.
okay, so can we dive into some of the, you milked cows?
We actually didn't have dairy cows.
I want to hear more about this Cowboy Carl incident.
We did have cattle for our family, my uncle's farm, so it's kind of split between 3 of my dad's brothers. And there were cattle for a while in the past, but we never had a dairy farm. We
weren't
never had dairy
milking
cows.
cows.
There was never
trying to
milk
milk a
milking going
steer.
on.
That would be me. I would assume all cows. Like, oh, you're a male? We still don't? We still don't do
No,
this?
no.
Oh, that's great.
Amazing.
Okay, so you guys know each other.
Yeah, we do.
do.
We've been friends for a while from the back in the day, the social scene in Scottsdale.
Yes.
Do you
Single.
guys? Whoa! Did you just go
He's
to
still-
Prescott?
Yes.
Still
Yes.
trying to identify
That's
her.
where I know her from your Instagram.
From the
feed.
pictures.
maybe,
Stalking
yeah.
your
You just came to the cabin. That's
Yeah.
where I know you. I told
Yeah.
you I know the
Yeah.
face.
So I just thought of a funny story. We were out partying at the W. Remember, you met those football players, like big football players, and somehow we ended up in some random person's like older couple room, and this football player got naked and was sitting on
On
their
the
chairs
balcony?
naked. And the people that it was their room, they're like, "Can you please get off of my
Oh,
chair?
this
Your butt
wasn't
is on my
their
chair."
room?
It was not their room. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that. I think I still have a picture of him standing butt ass naked, like overlooking the pool from the balcony. Like if you were in the pool looking up, you got like a full frontal view of this guy because you know those balconies are like glass see through.
Yes.
Like
That was the
look
game
directly
plan.
at the pool.
yeah.
He had chosen his high correctly.
Yeah.
It's always awkward when you go to like hang out with somebody at the room or something like that, and then some random person just does something completely out of pocket. You're
Totally
like,
off
brought
the
that
wall.
guy?
That would be Jesse most of the time.
I don't know what you mean, Ann.
You hung out with, or you were dating, is it No Show Marino?
No.
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 We met him and you guys were hitting it off, so I assume that
These
you went
names
back
are-
to
Yeah, who is the? who
These
is
names
that?
are incredible.
That sounds like a wrestler.
Oh, we were never dating. No, Sean Moreno. We did. We met him out.
Wait, that's
I think
a
I was
football
with
player.
you.
Yeah, he's a
Hot Mess
football
Holly.
player.
He was a football player. For
I thought you said no show Marino,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
that's exactly
Cowboy
what I
Carl, no show Marino, like.
And I'm thinking, Dan Marino, like, how old are we here? I mean,
Another 60-year-old.
No, never dated. Never
Do
anything
you have
like
a
that.
type? Do you have a type?
No, well,
It doesn't have to be looks-wise,
I'm a tall
but-
girl, so
okay.
I do like a either tall or a bigger.
Late
I can't have-
60s, nice veneers.
Exactly.
Wheelchair ramp accessible.
Throw a good looking granddaddy my way, and I'm all
I knew
over
it.
it, baby.
I'm telling you, I tell Ann every single time. I'm like,
Single time what?
every single time that we get in a fight, I'm like, you want to leave me? Go ahead. I'm going to put that fur coat on. I'm going to go to Park City.
He does.
And them old bitches are going to try to climb me like a
Very
tree.
quick story. He has this very ugly coat from Overland that looks like the Dumb and Dumber jacket. It is
There you go.
It is
There
an
you go.
exact replica of it. Okay, so we go to Park City. He wears this sucker around. I stay about 10 feet back just for the entertainment. It is like open season. These ladies, older ladies are like,
It's amazing.
what a beautiful
They pet
coat.
me.
They literally were like, numerous people come up, what a beautiful coat. And he just turns and winks at me. I'm
I go,
like, have at it.
Ann, I bet she has a plane.
So, Jess, what I love about you is, yes, you are a fantastic time, great to hang out with, but you're also super smart. She has a PhD. Tell us about what you do for work, and she knows how to change a tire. She can she does not need a man.
Takes care of herself.
Oh, yes. So I am actually a physical therapist. I have my DPT. I am a contractor, so I work for myself. I enjoy having a very flexible schedule. I make my own schedule during the week, which is great. I work with kids. I work in developmental pediatrics, so I work with kids that have special needs. And so that it takes up a huge chunk of my time because that's how I like to spend my free time as well. Not necessarily working for pay with these organizations, but also volunteering with these organizations with events, and, like equipment distribution and just kind of like fun things for the special needs community. So I'm kind of involved with a bunch of different organizations in the Valley, that serve that population. So it's really fun.
That's awesome.
And what do you do for fun on your day off?
I like to travel. I've, in fact, just got back into town on Sunday. I'm leaving again on Thursday.
Where's your favorite place to travel? This is a test.
Domestically or internationally?
Doesn't matter.
And for fun or for...
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, you make out with 60-year-old dudes with veneers, so I can't wait to hear the answer to this.
Yeah, that Payson trip really was, it was
Sun
the
City.
highlight of this
Most
this
of the time
travel
I'm out in
year.
Sun City. That's where I love to be.
The 55 plus communities
golf
is where
cart
I
salesman. I meet
really
a
hit
lot
my
of people.
stride.
She wanted to send this dude a thirst trap picture, and I'm like, you don't want to give him a heart attack, Jess.
Like, I don't want to kill the dude before I even go on, a date with him.
Dude's still talking. Cowboy Carl's talking about this chick right now to somebody somewhere.
Cowboy Carl. It was so funny.
Pictures circulating the internet.
Oh my goodness. No, I think I like Central and South America. I like the Latin countries. I like a good beach. I like a good jungle. I like a mix of outdoor adventure and
I've been to
beach
Costa Rica.
relaxation.
I would consider that
I love
Central
Costa
America.
Rica.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Costa Rica. Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
where you guys know each other from. Costa
Maybe.
Rica.
Maybe.
We met on the volcano there.
Yeah.
Ben, do you have any questions?
Questions for Ben?
Questions,
for
anyone?
me?
Or do you have any questions for our lovely ladies sitting here?
Yeah. What made you want to get into physical therapy? Just like a sense of helping others, or is it more like...
Bro, she already told you about the old guy thing.
I need some
I work
veneers.
with
I've already got the bald
kids.
head
Come
going, so.
on. No, I originally thought I wanted to go into business. Like I just wanted to work for myself. I always wanted to just have the freedom of making my own schedule and kind of like no ceiling. Hated business school, just hated it. And so
it's the worst.
when I was a freshman in college, I decided, you know what, maybe I'll switch from business to medicine and switch from business to medicine. And it kind of all just went from there. I'm very much a lifestyle person. And so rather than slanging pharmaceuticals all day, I was just like diet and exercise kind of in my opinion is the key to a healthy life. And so that's kind of where the PT thing came into play, because that's kind of what we slang in physical therapy is diet and exercise and lifestyle. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Jess, do you have an embarrassing date story? Give us a good one.
You want the good one?
Yes, I know.
It's not Cowboy Carl.
So it's not you know what? Cowboy Carl's actually one of my
Geriatric Jerry.
It's one of my favorite stories. Like it is probably the best way I've ever met someone. Like it's just like it's so organic and
He's
like
a good-looking
innocent.
guy. He looks like George Strait. Like he's a good-looking older guy.
Yeah. But no, I
I love it. I'm like, okay, I like it.
Oh my God.
Go ahead,
Carl.
tell
We
us.
love you, Cowboy Kyle. Carl. I can't even say it, Cowboy Carl.
You make her nervous, Cowboy Carl. It's funny because after that night, she's like, I kind of want to bang Cowboy Carl.
Just to see what it's like.
Oh man.
That's funny.
I hope he never hears this podcast. I hope he never hears
Would
this
he know
podcast.
that's his name? Like, would he
No,
know?
his name has been
okay.
changed, but he'll know it's him because of the story. Obviously.
That's fair.
So, embarrassing story.
So I recently.
Oh, that wasn't the embarrassing story?
No. I recently went to Chicago to meet a guy. This was probably 6 months ago. Flew myself out. Thank you very much. Spent a couple days with him, and when I was coming back to town, he ended up actually asking me for money to help him pay the rent that month.
First date.
First date, first time meeting this guy. Like it was bad. It was so cringe.
How did he word that? Was he just like, I'm going through tough times?
Basically, yes. Yeah. Like, we've had a really great time this weekend. Like, I really appreciate you coming out here and, kind of, splitting things and paying for the dinners, basically. Yeah. And
That was my question. Did he take care of the weekend and then ask you for money?
No, we kind of split things.
Okay.
He paid for a couple things. I paid for a couple things. And then, he was
give
just
him
like,
money?
Aaron.
I can't.
I plead the fifth on this. We are settled up, okay? We are settled up. He doesn't owe me anything at this point. He doesn't owe me anything.
So he paid you back.
I would have a hard time saying no. If somebody were truly like, I'm going to lose my house, I probably would.
I said no at first. Because it made me really uncomfortable. He asked me.
I'm uncomfortable listening to this
asked me
shit.
in person, not over. Like he asked me to my face, face to face, and
It's always hard to say no in person.
It is, and I just sort of was like, that makes me really uncomfortable. I don't know. And so then it was awkward. And then I came back and he was there. And a couple days later, then it was, it's my son's birthday and I want to send him, $200.
Oh, it was a scam. Do not trust him.
Did you like him before he did that?
I did like him before he did that.
Darn it.
yeah.
So you never saw him again, obviously. after
No.
this.
Jesse's mortified by this story.
No, yeah.
I can't.
It's rough.
I struggle to let people pay for dinner when we go out
We
to
had
eat.
this
Yeah.
conversation last night. Like guys wanting to split up the bill all the time, or asking Venmo if the date doesn't work out, or sell me half, or
Don't get me wrong. I get the mentality of like, why should I pay for a meal if this isn't going anywhere? I understand guys' mentality when they do that, but like, be a man, buy the meal. This is you investing into your potential partner. So like, not paying for a meal, that just sounds like total bullshit.
Yeah, traditional
agree.
masculinity, I think, is very attractive. And I think a lot of men don't have that sort of masculinity, that masculine mindset anymore. And it's hard because
Sad.
I think a lot of women find that attractive still.
Yeah.
So, Ben, are you ready for the wing ceremony? Have you chosen your co-pilot to take off with?
any other questions?
We're handing you
something
the
in
wings.
my hand.
Yeah, we're not handing you anything sharp.
Don't poke yourself.
Thank you, Jess, so much. Thank you for sharing those stories.
Thank you, ladies. Do you want to remind him of
Yeah,
names? Because
remind
he's
me of-
blind right
Let's go
now.
back
Let's
through.
remind him of names
Hold
and
on.
like a little recap.
So we have Katherine.
Oh, I was going to go backwards.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So
We have
Katherine,
Jess.
still Jess.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I know, I'm
nice
pretty
little
impressed.
Dude is
actually.
sharp.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Don't let the weed
So
fool you.
recap on each girl.
So Crystal is the vet. She has the tattoo, the 9-year-old daughter,
And the pizza.
and the pizza. And then we have Jess, the one who used to milk cows on the farm.
Milk
Who
the
likes her
non-milking
gentleman a
cows.
little older.
likes the older gentleman. So she might not be interested in you because you're way younger than what she likes.
Yeah.
Pegged for
And then we have Katherine, who works at Body 20, used to work at Orange Theory.
All three beautiful girls.
yes.
Catherine likes the happy hour, likes the martinis.
Yeah. No, it was a pleasure meeting all of you guys. I haven't seen you guys yet, but
By design.
yeah, by design, it's a great thing. I definitely think there were things that I connected with all three of you guys. But I think if I were to ask somebody to be my co-pilot and take on like a second date, if you will. So wait, is this
This is
Cheesecake?
it.
You're
Yeah, so you get the pick, and it's just
Factory.
Cool. Cheesecake Factory can be a second date.
if you
But I
drive-
also really like mini golf. So I think I would want to give these wings to Crystal.
Crystal, do you accept his wings.
Yeah, wait, this is the dramatic.
Yeah, this is
do
the-
you accept?
You might be flying solo, bro.
Yes, I accept.
totally
Yay!
Woo, you can take off your mask and let us know what you think.
I like
I'm
it.
blind. Hold on.
Takes a minute for your eyes to adjust.
You did a good job, buddy.
You did a good job.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I have this on my. Hi, how are you guys?
Yeah, get up and go meet her.
So tune in next week to
Wait, yeah. Go ahead, hand her the wings. Sorry.
Tune in next week to get to know our next batch of singles who are looking to meet their match. And if you want to be featured on the show or are interested in any of the contestants on the show, visit flyingsoloaz.com and follow us on social media, Flying Solo AZ.
Thanks for flying with us. We are clear to land.
Bingo.